Today we're here on the second convening. How did you come up with this idea? Why was it so important that we have this conversation?
I was sitting at home in Colorado, and thanks to so many people, Colorado today is considered the gold standard in terms of access to voting. And as a beneficiary of those who marched, were threatened, were beaten, oftentimes killed, for the right to vote, to give me that right to vote, to give you that right to vote. I simply couldn't sit still.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
This has been a tremendous partnership here. I take away, one, there's interest in growing awareness in terms of what's happening around the country. And two, I saw people willing and open to be equipped with tools. And hopefully our playbook that came out of Denver will be used to help them become more active and helping to protect access to voting rights around the country.
One of the goals we had was that the playbook was easy to use. It's a 20-page document. And it really gives you step by step of some of the things that you can do, no matter what role you have in a community.
You know, voter education is so important. And it's important for it to come from credible messengers. And it's important for that voter education to be bipartisan.
We wanted to convene particularly local and county officials to have a conversation about what we needed to do.
And when you have 6 mayors co-hosting, 3 Democrats and 3 Republicans, and essentially all 6 were saying the same thing. To me, that resonated.
At a local level, we get things done. Some of my best friends in local government in Mesa, Arizona are Democrats, and it just doesn't matter. And voting rights has got to be absolutely embraced as one of those issues. Despite the loud narrative about our voting processes, people are continuing to show up. We're all here because we agree with and we want to support election integrity. I'm pleased to be here today to talk about meaningful ways to restore trust and re-engage all people in making sure their voice is heard in our future elections.
We just need to make sure that the process is available for everyone, irrespective of who they voted for.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that we take away, that if you want to guard against voter fraud, you make sure there's greater transparency and openness in terms of those folks who have access to the ballot box.
My ambition is to ask people to focus on preserving this democracy, expanding this democracy, above all else. That all other policies, disagreements are secondary. They still exist, and that's okay, but none of them will matter if we don't have the ability to choose our own destiny.
Every time you walk and get out of your car and you go to the poll, you should think about the people who made that happen for you. So the challenge I think we have as leaders is that it has to come from us. You know, they always tell us, if you lead appropriately, people will follow your direction. It's very difficult because you may be recruiting people that will not vote for you. But that's not why God put us in these positions. He put us in these positions so that we too can grow. I don't do anything during an election more concentrated than work on the undecideds and the no's. And those are the people that typically will not vote. So challenge yourself to do better in your outreach. And that's how we make these problems go away. There's more of us than them. Let's act like it.
And so it's now, how do we make this action playbook come to life?
Yes.
And play it out? So as we look to next year's gathering, we don't know where it's going to be yet, but as we look to it, it's going to be about action and how we utilize those tools.
Now we just need to build on those action items as we go from one conversation to the next.
The work to protect the right of each and every qualified voter to vote is an absolute necessity, as is working to register each and every person who is qualified to vote. As mayors, we are uniquely situated to encourage people to register and use their right to vote and civic engagement.
I think there's reason for optimism. One, we're seeing record number of folks register to vote, and that's critically important. Now we got to make sure folks vote.
This is my generation. Like, It's time for us to like step up, and it's time for the generation that came before us to pass the baton, because stuff is changing, and definitely do not want to go back. But my grandparents lived in the 60s, so I'm trying my best to be an advocate for the people, my generation, and to keep going and getting engaged in the voting system.
We face hurdles all the time in life. We find a way to jump over those hurdles. So it's my hope that where people put things in place to keep people from voting, that people will say, no, this is my right. This is my fundamental right. And even when you have chosen to put hurdles in my way, I'm going to jump over those hurdles.
Recognize that, as Dr. King said, a threat to justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And we can't stand for anyone having their rights abridged or access to the ballot box diminished.
This conversation has helped to energize people who were a part of it. I know, as a mayor of this city, I'm more energized now.
Hopefully we change this to the National Nonpartisan Movement to protect voter rights in America.